So, here we are today. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Gonna admit, my mind's still a little frazzled from our last encounter, where we have uncovered more truths than we like to admit. We have defeated Lord VODS, killed the last Light Warden. Only at this point, something went horribly wrong. Ahmed Selch finally stepped in and kidnapped Graha. We are finally starting to succumb to the light, and the sky above Norvrand has completely reverted back to its primordial state. In short, none of that's good. We are in very, very deep. But we have to find a way out. We have to save our friend the Exarch, who we now know is our good friend Grahatia. And do what we just gotta do. Hopefully before time runs out, we save the first. Oh, sir, you're awake. You were injured during the foray on Mount Gold, yes? I was here at my station as always when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher, looking disturbingly bereft of vigor. And to compound my worry, the sky has, well, I'm sure you've seen. Is everyone rather concerned, to say the least? Seeing you up and about is the first good news we've had in a while. Assuring you feel good enough, would you mayhap consider a stroll around the city to wish your antecedents? Bragi was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and he has visited several times to inquire after your condition. Oh, Bragi? Is that the bartender? Or is that just the music, the keeper? Oh no, it's the keeper of the market. Hey, Bragi.
Ah, well, look who's back from the dead. Aye, it was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. I couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I fear you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless, you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor Exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked White, what is this world coming to? Bah, but moaning never solved a thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarium folk stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trading with Yulmore is back on the table. We'd best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters or whatever misery the fates seem to throw us at best. Speaking of misery, Casimir was ready for you. A healer wringing her hands is not sight you'd ever wish to see, let me tell you.
Is that the old lady? I think it's the old lady. The old lady who works at the, near that area. Hey. Etc. Also, I should say, thank you so much, Throwaway Yeti, for the follow and the support. God, thank you so much. Every small contribution helps me as I am going through these expansions one after the other. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spaguric's Kyurgens were forbidden from making visits. Ring was kind enough to tell me you are showing symptoms similar to Eta corruption, so I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces grown ever more haggard every time they pass through the Castarium. I shall let them know you are awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please, do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. Ah, and now our own Morin has been little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried up in one dusty tome or another. Morin! Oh no! What happened to my nerdy librarian? Please say he's okay. And that blasted primordial light has returned once more. I'm gonna have a huge word of Heidelin once this is all over. Department of Curiosity. Morin, you good? There you are, my man. Confound it, this is the same thing as the last. Mayhap I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Felix, is this truly you, not some figment of my imagination? Oh, this is wonderful. It seems my prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring a shelf of wisdom to explain this most over-worrisome conundrum. Why, for the Light Warden's defeat, has light returned? Why, with all Light Warden's defeat, has light returned to obscure the sky? I must have poured over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. But now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catelys, meanwhile, leads the crystalline meeting in preparation for battle. Against what foe, we are as yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing her, you upright, might be a much welcome relief. Aww. You are that worried? Come on. Okay. You know what? I'm grateful for your help. But... Catelys, you say? Is that the elf? Ah, yes, that is the elf engineer who leads the crystalline mine. I still have to do all the role quests. That being said, are you alright? Felix, alive and well, I see. You give us all a proper fright, you know that? Not days gone by that you haven't heard folk worrying about what's become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. You're not planning to strike out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If you'd been able to provide with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Aww, I mean, are you gonna give me new gear? You know? Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have the kind of time. Well, that sounds like a challenge he would enjoy. Oh, hello! Good to see you again. Greetings, Glenad. The Master of the Stairs is running his errands now, is he? Aye, well, my servers are distraught as it is, and I still didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking about our absent genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius, you mean old Grenault? He is a man of unrivaled gifts, I won't argue with you there. What good does his talent do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen nor hide nor hair of Grenault since he's wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like once he lands on an idea. He's probably close to himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grenault, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. And this is all talk when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I have a regular who's eager to meet you. Eh? Oh? Someone wants to see me? I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart, as it seems, doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here, we can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Who wants to see me? Huh? And, Grenold. See, Grendel, I know, because Grenold is the guy in the source who we do all the relics, who, I do the, who is using the, making the relic weapons, as you can see here, like a couple of these ones that I have here. Yeah, he makes the weapons. So, is Grenold the other relic maker? Like our version here in the first? Felix, are you alright? I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to one rookery. The Istanbul sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch often liked to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. Ooh. Don't tempt me with a good view. Okay, so we'd have to go to the Tenemos Rookery, it seems. Or do we have to go high? No, we don't. Hey! Climb the watchtower. I see.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
I mean, the secrecy is the one that's killing me more, genuinely. I'd rather these guys actually knew what's happening to them. You know? I don't want that to happen. To anyone.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and... well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
I know it's a little too early to feel these things, but man, I'm really happy seeing Artbert finally have that hope again about the first.
Well, come on then.
Oh yeah, come on, fist bump, let's go! Oh.
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence.
Huh?
My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish.
Wait, are you gonna die? Or are you gonna... When the Warriors of Darkness, well, when Artbert's team merged themselves in Minfilia, they gave their lives to give Minfilia more power. Wait, no. Is Artbert gonna die here? Is this where he, like, rejoins his soul with mine? Oh, okay.
For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, don't scare me like that, Artbert, please. No, you can't just... Okay, you had me so worried you're gonna die there.
Worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-run pixie.
Oh, hi, Feol. You're not gonna strangle me, right? For, what happened with the Talos? Look, I, for one, advocated that we get your help. It's not me. Please don't smack me with your branch. Or your wings, or your heel.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
Actually, I won't take, I don't want to do that. I appreciate the offer, Feol, but I'm not quite ready to face Titania X again, okay? I'm sorry.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? give me that look? Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
That's been the most based and sincere and kind Fail has ever been to me. I think we're cool. I think we're fine. I don't think she wants to, strangle me just yet. So we're good. Gather information with the Crystal Exarch. Right. Ow! I'm okay! Ow! Alright, so we'll just find information about him first off. Oh, I did not expect to see you here on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of a model. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there'll be no surprising revelations. As any in the city will tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons passed, the common of his minds were bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Oh. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Morin, hi, I'm back again. I need your help. Oh, wasn't you needed? If you come into results of motion into the persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell as it. Records pertaining to the Exarch. Oh well, I need no documentation to relay while little of its history. What I search you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the Flood, when the Crystal Tower had first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refuge in Lakeland soon after. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their home or Verbidites who had slain the ruined kingdom, and together, they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did people consider his scintillating skin so like the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, 'twould seem a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Okay, the flood happened 100 years ago. The Exarch showed up 10 years after the flood. So, wait. Graha has been living, or has been using the tower for his power for over 90 years. If we're also putting into account the accounts from the Crystal Tower Alliance raid. Wait, Graha should not even be alive. Because the average Makote lifespan is around 40 to 50 years. He's like twice the age. He's at least 3 times his normal age. Actually, no. He's at least twice his normal age. Assuming he was around 20/30 if when the Crystal Tower raid occurred. So, 120 years? He should not even be alive. He's on steroids. Well, crystal steroids. Ah, Felix. It is good to see you and awake and alert, my friend. Oh, what's all this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoided asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh eyes to stare, it'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack, not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearance aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever show. If you do decide to talk to Lena, she will be at her usual post at the accessories gate. Oh, Graha has a kid already. Oh, that's cute. He has a granddaughter. Although it's also kind of weird because Vieira lived to about 100 years. No, lived up to 200-300 years. You know what? I'm not gonna think about it. It's already wholesome enough. Lena has a granddad. Aww. Look at him. Graha Tia has already gotten a granddaughter already. He is having adopted kids. He is taking well after me. Alright. You know what? No manners about that. In fact, we're gonna be respectful, and we're gonna talk to her captain on captain, face to face. Oh. Ah, Felix, I was not told you had awoken. A welcome surprise. Now if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where we were to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Calusia, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens a door to the ocular, to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of Eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me such instructions, but the battle with Valkyrie loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. I blood well called the look upon his face. He knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, Felix. I need to know what you feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting? Alright, you know what? One captain to another. Oh, come on! You have to tell her! Felix, I swear, you have to tell Lena what happened to her granddad and what exactly you're getting yourself into for frick's sake. Please! Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Ah, I see I'm not the only one who burnt for answers. The time has come to open the Tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of Eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. So, we're going into Graha's private room. We're sneaking into his dungeon, entering his... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. That sounds really, really bad. The unbroken thread. Come, meet me in the ocular. I will unlock the door within. Okay, you know what I meant. We're entering into his private chamber. We're going into his bedroom. We're having a look around his drawer. I'm gonna pop and be like, "Are you waiting, son?" Or, "Alright, son, show me your lore stash." Actually, wait, no. I'm going in with Lena. It should be okay. Captain, I will give her the courtesy to, see her and talk to her eye to eye. You know, helmet off.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee.
Oh?
Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds.
So he did use Alexander! Oh my gosh, that's... Sid, you absolute genius!
Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope! We are finished! Mankind is finished!" Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
Ah. So Urianger is saying, well, in this game's logic, if we did succeed in preventing the 8th umbral calamity, Graha, this version, he would phase out of time, because that entire timeline gets erased, basically. And Graha also is, theoretically, his being will supposedly phase out. Okay. So it's kind of like the Back to the Future thing, where if you went into the past and did stuff to unwind the future, you yourself would also phase away.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The Warrior of Light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally.
Oh no, did he die? Wait, that's his katana. No! Oh no!
In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold.
Wait, that's the girl from... Wait, that's the girl who Vidofnir saved. Oh. Oh.
For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights.
Okay. I'm looking now. That... Oh, this is Doma. There's the Zayla tribes there. That's the Lupine. And that's a... Step Warrior as well.
And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
Okay, I know it's sad. It's really adorable as well, seeing how much God cares for her light. But I'm also really sad. Orion J, don't cry, please. Don't cry. Listen. No. If Orion J cries, I will be very, very distraught. Okay? Orion J has dealt with so much. He had to deal with the loss of Moonbreeda. He had to deal with the loss of betraying the Scions against the Ashians. Actually, you know what? They might explain why he told him. But still, don't cry, Orion J. I'm more sad at the stoic, bookable Ellas and reduced to tears.
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There's been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good, although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmett. No, Emmett Silk. He did his part. He stated me his case, but he's out of the picture right now. He's not worthy of my attention at the moment. I've got to rescue Graha.
We should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Okay, alright, Felix, put on the helmet. Hide the tears. Hide the tears. Did you find the answers you sought? If there's nothing more than you need, I will go unlock the door. I need some directions. You wish to know about the Tempest? You mean the sea itself and not the island of Calusia? If you need to have a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with a motto, but... Hi, Spawn Frog. Thank you for while you have dinner. Sit tight. This is where things are gonna get intense. If you can see, Coco is having a bit of a moment despite the work. So you mean to leave right at this moment? Alone? I am not sure what you... Nay, I will not seek to help you. Go with the blessings of Shadow, and I shall await your self-return. So, alright. Hold down the fort, Lena. I'll come for you soon. Yes, it is sad time hours. We're nearing the end game. We are nearing the end game, actually. Ah, you require an motto. Just a moment, and I shall saddle our swiftest beast to fly you to the island. The open water. To the depths of the Tempest. Our model can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor... Is it a problem? Oh, that's not good.
We have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not?
Urianger, I swear if you do not get up from the floor, I'll take off my gauntlet and smack you over the head until you stand back up your actual giga.
If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Bitch, shut the F up. Get off the floor already. I already told you I'm cool with you.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here, at least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and... We've all searched high and low for an answer. And every one of us came back.
Alize, I already scolded Urianger. Don't make me come and scold you too. Yes, I know emotions go burr. I know. I'm having my angry big brother moment. I'm telling Urianger to get off the floor and stop being soppy. I'm turning around and scolding my kids to be like, stop being angsty. We've got a world to save. All right? Do I have to go over to Alpha No and smack some sense to him as well, huh? Like what happened in After a Rome Reborn? I do love the way to portray the helpless. They all have their different ways of coping, yes. And yet... Tal is... No, Spawn Frogged. This is the moment where Tal suddenly flips on a dime, and he's the one screaming at everyone to get their act together.
I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
I am smacking everyone because I am doing my best to keep them all well together and basically saying, get off the floor. We're going to be okay. Don't start moping about this because I'm not gonna be okay if you start moping about this. This is me also keeping it in together.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
Wait, so you do know that I...
You told them?
No. Well, not in so many words.
Ah, there we go. That's why Lena is the best character out of all the people in the first so far.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, It was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Me too! That's right!
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O warrior of darkness?
Defend the Crystarium until we return. I'll be honest, fellas, I don't know what Emmett Social's got planned, but I need all of you to hold the line. Silva isn't there. Ciel isn't there. I just realized that. I need to have choice words of her eventually when this is all over. Now this plan to commandeer a model for thy journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive down into Emetzel's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and we believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closeth over our heads, we are unlikely to surface again, until our grand deed is done. You know what? I have got the time in the world. Take us in, Urianger. Take us in. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there, nay, we must needs have the needs to breathe and fight freely. Thus will I petition the aid of the Fae, one of the Fae, a being who I've yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on an explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sulen, which lieth on the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Alright. Okay. Speak with Urianger and Sulen in Calusia. Oh no, okay. Never mind. It's not Calusia we're going to. Touching down in 3, 2, 1. Over the water, going into land. Brace for landing gear, and we have made it. Alright, let's see what Urianger has planned. There, to the west. Can thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That further to your mess hides the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though much to my shame, I can but flail and founder where thou mayst glide as a fish. I shall roll a boat to the island, and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Oh my gosh, Urion J can't swim. Brilliant, right. Inspect the suspicious rock formations beneath the water surface. Is this a kaiju? Is this like some sort of kaiju or like a torterra or like a... like... some manner of giant living creature? Because look at that. You're telling me that looks like a... I'm telling you, that is not a natural rock formation. Oh! Oh, that's a whale. Okay. Hey, Urion J, are you sure this is a good idea? Please don't open your eyes. This will be really weird. Just get a little closer. Get a little closer. Two curves of up scenes together giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Please don't open your eyes. I would actually scream. That is a whale. I am filled with fear. Though it appears solid enough, the rock is slightly larger under your torch. Oh, an old friend? Hang on. What do you mean an old friend? Okay, at least it didn't have a jump scare where the eye opens up at me and goes, hey, hello. I would be very, very scared. Alright, Urion J, you have made your point. This is literally, we are on top of a living whale. Well, what hast thou discerned? It reminds me of a certain primal. Yes. Hey, Bismarck. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Fey Pixies, we are, even now, perched on the back of an ancient Fey entity. His name is Bismarck, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the source. I would enlist his aid to bear us unto the deep, and hence banish the water of an airy sphere, like in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets near the Ruby Sea. Within its compass, we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it surely shall. Now, I must needs ask for silence while I make my supplication.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alinal.
Van urs atslir. Olfod thim. Iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We need to get Fail. Brilliant. Fail. Can you come out to help?
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakom. Van red rithje.
Hola. Isnerim sur vierno.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Van in narsitar. Dir sidagnai.
Okay, that was... Steve? And it flies.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Oh, you poor man, you're about to get a view of your life.
What the? Do you see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from? Whoa there! It's not stopping. Run! Run!
We're going on a trip on our favorite...
Vanana Anna. Tilden Sidok. Iri Halmsi. Thunne. Aktva Thonyasni.
Okay, hey guys, welcome to Sestasha. I'll be taking you to...
Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Alright, fellas. Welcome to today's Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. We are going through our first dungeon today, Sestasha. I hope everyone has their potions ready and your make sure to have your tank stance on. We'll be going through the level 16 roulette for all, and I'll show you how to do for the walkthroughs. Full glad that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lay of Emmett Selch, and, I believe, the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to free into the rift. Yet I expect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he will not soon risk his prize, when the Exarch's very body serves as a key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find him. Ooh, what oysters? Wait. I just had a thought. Emmett Silk now knows like Rahatia can use the tower for temporal time travel. What if? Hear me out. Emmett Selch might want to have Grahatia tell him the secrets to the Crystal Tower, so he could go back to his reality when in his civilization and bring about the change that he wanted. It's just a thought. It's merely a thought. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Selch will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your fluting. The ground is wet and like to be slippery. Alright, no worries, folks. No worries, folks. I will deploy a hefty companion to help us along our way. Where are you? Behold! I summon thee once more, the chubby Bismarck of the depths. You shall guide me and my noble friends as we make our way along the journey. With me, pudgy whale. My guess as well, Aethor currents galore. Yup, I knew it. Right, let's get on our way. $10K from getting Fenrir around? Yes! Congratulations, Coco. Hope you're on the way. Did you also do the Wondrous Tales as well? That might help you and give you the extra push you need, by the way, if you wish. Also, that is a Sahagin, Ondo. Oh, hello. Awkward, but yes. Congratulations, Coco. Have good luck getting the Fenrir mount. If you need help at any of all of it, be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to help as well. You know, Lord of Verminion, or what can you actually do? That's the problem. How could you get more NGP? But whoa. What the heck is this? This is just like Tamamizu all over again. Oh my goodness, we are in Atlantis. Oh my goodness. We are in the Ondo Cups. Oh wow. Oh, this is cool. It's like remnants of a lost civilization. Oh, this just got cool. I had grabbed them, but the second one's great for the week, but I need to get one of good. Ah, good. Good work for you, Coco. Sorry about for me absolutely losing my train of thought upon walking into the Ondo Cups. This place looks amazing. It looks so good. Finish once. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We are not aware your people lived in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we may conduct the most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The what? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining beneath the gloom of the abyss. If you are emissaries of the Chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I'm not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would not seem not. I suggest you withdraw for the moment. There is an ancient city here? Nani? Wait, we're not in Atlantis? We are in the outskirts? So, what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be a Mitchell's stronghold, you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Felix, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I planned to integrate myself by offering lucrative training opportunities with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious to custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that the right approach, we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach do you have in mind? The chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we ought to tread the swiftest course, we must needs locate its beginning. To explain how all too dramatic arrival has thrown the settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused and assure our hosts that thereby our purpose is not intentional to harm, inimical to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores. But very well, they can be done quickly. Well, what do you think? I have no better offer, but I do worry that will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We make allies of the Ondo by doing more bloody fetch quests. Did we settle? You shall appear to investigations. The rest of us will see you fostering some goodwill. Alright. Let's see what we need to do. Alright. Let's just lay it on. Felix, you won't believe who I just bumped into. This is Pausch Oan, the very fellow who I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. Ah, I waited. Then you did not come. Then a mistout came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Pausch Oan. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there anything we can do for an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return? A cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crabs, but we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. I believe I can be of assistance there. One of you, Felix, if you not found a task, you're most welcome to join me. Indeed, I would appreciate the company, where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. I would be happy to help, if this also involves drowned pirates, or zombie corpses, or drowned more Reganate Thuoth. You never know. Let's go. Let us away. Actually, how do we get out of here? That's a very good question. Could we... How do we... Okay, back out we go. Back out we go. And I know it's the first time, so I believe it is time. Come on out, Esteem. Show them what you can do. There he is, my dark side. Good work. Fade back into the ground. I'll have use for you yet. Alright, I think that worked. We cleared out most of the things. You would crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crowd population to a far less threatening number. Ah, my thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Palshun, this was meant to part of my apology to you, remember? Besides, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I ask convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it said our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long that they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provide shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is obliged at your coming, and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. Question, my friend? You guys don't have a Leviathan here, right? I'm just wondering, out of, habit. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us to shame, then there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earliest decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Palshuan, and we continue to do all as we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We shall return to the task at hand. Only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. I suppose. Alright. Ah, Felix. Have you heard aught of note? Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Alright, where are we going? What are you suggesting, Y'shtola? Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting for you here for the results of your investigations. Huh? Okay. Inspect the Ondo cups from the survey point. Target a building and examine. Okay. Which comprise the most distinctive feature. Well, it definitely looks like something that the Ondo would not live in. That's most distinct. You know? Oh? The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows of which you have never seen nowhere. Huh? Well, it looks very old. The architecture here is not... It gives me a lot of Minoan and Greek vibes, honestly. Right, a remnant wall. Use the mithril knife to collect scrappings from the remnant soil. You see the point of the knife against the wall, but after applying, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. This is indestructible? Who the heck lived down here? And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not do so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. Felix, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by particular materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may be able to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you, it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a complete composite of several mineral properties, blended together to a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkan Empire, once the great power in Northrend, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkans, then who? Who are these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of this sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies in the reason Emet withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere more mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many remote locations. Why here specifically? Emet was devoted to his role, and thus you might assume that his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Mayhap he went to a civilization that was built according to his ideas ancient and beyond perfection? This may have been built by the Ascians, and therefore, we are in his home turf. That is my theory. That these structures are remnants of a time before history of a star that was yet unwhole and unbroken. Such traces in the source could have been obliterated by the succession of the unbooked calamities, but here in the first it might have remained untouched for millennia. Ah, so there are no ruins that exist here in our source, in Eorzea, because of the calamities have destroyed them thoroughly. Interesting. A copy of the mural in the Chitana Ravel. Alma presented to me during my visit to Fanu, after our victory in Calusio. Here in the first scene, by Emethel's own words, it depicts a city of aeons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see any similarities between its towers and the ones you have just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search This round for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I've seen, not more than sand, and more sand lies to the east. And the south held no such structures. I still will try our luck further to the northwest. You may use your time in your time. Huh. Not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the village in the mural expected from the zero point. Huh. Using the mural, observatory point found nearby. Full structure. Northwest of the Ondo Cups. Northwest of the Ondo Cups. So, therefore, we would have to go that way, near that giant monster fate. Interesting. Interesting. This reminds me of the Wilds for some reason. Yes. Outer Wilds and a mix of Atlantis, in a way. Well, there are no towers here, from what I can see. Okay, let's go down the— oh! Speak of the devil! Never mind, there is something here. Aha! An aether current too, how suitable, I would say. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Well, I cannot guess at its purpose. It must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and settlement. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet, it did exist. They lived here in the city. But let's focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mystery stirring of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus we can surmise that the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was in all likelihood another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would like the lanterns, as Reem put it, Emmett Selch himself? 'Tis almost certain he is here. I mean, you put it that way, it works. He has a personal connection to this place, after all. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Honestly, I agree with you. Wholeheartedly. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands we all make reasonable haste. If you are not too wary, it would be useful to speak with Posh-Un again, as is there any aught he is willing to divulge. Sure. Sure. The Ondo Cups. Alfredo's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten? Are they the ruins to the northwest? Yes, under the sacred cycle which I speak. Could it be your footsteps were guided there by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, I will tell you of our paths to bring light, plans to bring light to the walls. We may answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a Finnish craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan, and return of our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You'll find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Oh, hello! That's precisely the artisan I am looking for. Thank you, Pushun. So, south, you say? Let's just get this gemstone trader up. And, yep. And... is there an Amaro Keep? I doubt there is. Maybe? No, there is no Amaro Keep here. Okay. What the heck is going on here? Hi? Okay, it appears as a gathering place for dark knights. They appear to be having a lovely conversation with them. They seem friendly enough. So, yeah. Okay. I appear to be, stumbling in an ancient ritual of the tanks. Alright, with that wholesome greeting aside, let's get back to it. The Light of Inspiration. Search for Grenold. Oh! Okay. This is where he is. I guess. Hi? Hello? Oh, that's great. That is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Oh, look, Reynolds, someone's come to visit you on the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as well you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. Craftsman, what can't craft more putness to a sea slug doing a dome and hammer? There's an insult to the bloody sea slugs. Self-doubt. Aww! Get up! Hey, man. You okay? Eh? You and me trying to raise my spirits now, eh, spirit? Not what you expect from a servant of the otherworld. Eh? Have we met before? Might be as we cross paths into Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grunnold, and this here's meant to be me underwater sanctuary. Place where I can give myself over to the work, far from the distraction of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Ah, Leondo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head, I've not so made much as a start. Ah. You alright? I'm worse than the sea slug, nay, the slime that I sea slug. Me bleeding delivery dates long past workers, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You heard their beliefs, have you? Bring light to them ruin to be an act of religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with finding a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion, but I just can't bloody well. My mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration. Ah. Oh. Tell me you got something to show me, something that'll give me a muse a good kick up the arse. You don't want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering light's got to blaze to the right kind of brightness. They're like the sparkle light caught in the crystal, but being sparkly is not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? First, and these crystals you discover at the end of their journeys. Maybe Grunnold would find them inspiring. What? Wait, that's right! I have all 5. Wait. What do I have? I have those 4 crystals from the roll quests. A crystal. Oh, what's that you've got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter in the transients of life, like the turmoil of beauty made manifest. Aye, I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. Ah, you never capture such a gleam, if you're not labored 100 years. But beg me if I don't mean to try. Where's me tools, gods damn ye? I must set to work before the feeling fades. So, we cool? I can feel it! A vision forming in me mind. Step aside, lad, and let me itching hands get to work. Oh. Yeah, get that armor! Is this the guy who gives me the relic armor? Oh. What? And done. I've taken the wonders that crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape that fits the Ondo's spiritual character. Oh, not bad. Oh, that's really good. Not a bad job if I do say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging me up hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Northrant and gobbled up every scrap of craft and wisdom what I could find. But no matter what technique I tried, my work's just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how to put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages, that's what drew me here in the first place. I've built me workshop, got the forges burning, and lost me bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods of that crystal of yours, or I've never gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind journey they sing songs about. The echoes of the memory, they just directly speak to your heart. I can still feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away, it's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me the chance and I'll reckon I can move the crystal saga to other things as well. But bugger me, I haven't forgotten the Ondo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over to Tostath for me. I say or dream up new armaments for you to try. It's gear time, baby. Gear time, baby. You have access to Grendel's forges. Equipment rewards will become for collection based on the role quest you have completed. Okay. Alright. Journey's end gear. Let's get this stuff. Quick. Intermission. Let's get the gear. Let's go. Yes, I know I'm getting all the armor, so sue me. I'm a simple man. I see armor I like. Am I also low-key stalling a little bit for time? Maybe. Maybe. Right. One down. Journey gear. Oh my gosh, that's so much. The fail knot. The Philly Chapeau. Oh my goodness, this gear is cool. Oh, I can't wait to don them on and see all the cool stuff. Right. So that. Trishula. The Dokiri Yatsutsuna. And the item level is a good 430. Huh. Okay. Tarot Slaver armor as well. I am very curious. There's Grease. The Kasugazori. Now, I wonder, does the Sage get me roll stuff as well? That is a good question I need to figure out. Right, so that one is done. And then we get the Black Mage. Magical Ranged. The Katvanga, the Weathered Wiki Tice, and the Wick Armor. Okay. And last but not least, if this works, the Healer Armor. Ooh, hello! There is gear. Oh, mate. Oh, this is like my birthday. Okay. Focus, just an assassin, focus. All that gear is armored up. Right. Let's don our Dark Knight weather. Right. Shadowbringer. Oh my gosh, I look cool. Oh, that is a sword. Oh, that's some cool gear. Oh, heck yeah, I am in all of this. All right. Thank you so much, Grendel. I shall be making my way back in my new armor. I got that armor, baby. I am in bling today. Ah, what is it you have there? I have Grenald's lamp. The sacred lamp! Then the Finnish one has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and now you come to me, bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear is past. You should take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of Forgotten. Gather there. With your companions we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
Yeah, all 4 of them. I helped you save them, Arbert. You're welcome. You did miss that part, huh? Did you? Yes, and I am Batman.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal? I was right then. Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the...
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
you have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes, impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
Your Wilder is he about to enter? Hold on, what are you guys on about? The chieftain has bid me guide your steps to the illuminated land. Come, the way lies downwards. Follow the path of coral and rock, and then join your comrades below. Okay. I don't know what you guys are on about. But, okay, we have around... I have 2 more quests that we have to do to prepare for the finale. Look at the MSQ. We have this illuminated land, and then we have the end of a world. I believe that's what it's called. Other than that, I do not know what lies ahead. So, we have this, and then one last quest to do. And then, I suppose let's call it there. I don't know what lies before us. I am hesitant, but I am also very, very interested. Let's see. Is he below us? Oh, he's probably below us, that's right. Okay, so we'd have to... Oh, no wonder. Okay, so we'd have to go cross that. Down there. Alright. Okay. Right. Time to navigate. Down here. Ah. Oh! Whoa, what the heck? Huh? Oh, there's a water spout. Okay. The Norvrant slope. The Ondo guide. All are gathered, yes, and has described the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond, and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find a... Hey, excuse me! I am trying to do stuff here. Get out of here. Go, get scram. I don't want to fight you. Scram, thank you. Jesus. Get away from me, eh? Sorry about that. Continue. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just for the journey's end, you will find the Caliban Gap and the barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle shall fade should you raise a hand towards it. We have made it show. A most succinct explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. Alright, let's go. Stop, please. I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone, Yamate. Okay, let's get the Aether Current first. That. Alright. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. It would seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout the area with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Sure. Excuse me? Can you not? I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone, please. Thank you. Get out of here. Get out of here. No. Don't fight me. I am on low health. I do not think I will last long. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. Help! Help! Ow! Stop! I don't want to fight. I want to be a pacifist for once. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. Stop following me. Can you leave? Are you done? Okay, thank you very much. I am still terrified of this area. We're near endgame content, so I don't want to fight any of them. Come on. A DRK asking for help. Yep, sounds about right. Shush! Shush! Listen, I understand the complexity, but I'm asking for help because I don't want to fight them. I actually don't really want to fight them. I just want to be near the end, dang it. Don't at me. Oh. Not that way, then. Clearly not that way. I have gone into a dead end. So we'd have to go... Oh, that way. Across the massive corals. Or polyps? No, just corals. Yeah, corals. I don't want to fight you, please. No. Hi. Hey, hope you're having fun. See ya. No. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. We're gonna route and sneakily go around to the side to Alphino. Right about now. Vilix, you have a choice of two routes from here. You can either take the long road south on the rocks or skip along the coral branch as Alizé has done. I, for one, shall follow my sister's example. I'm gonna follow Alizé. Okay. Wow, we are quite long. So to Alizé now. Caliban Gorge. So we have to get to Caliban Gap, I think. 600... Wait! I see light up ahead! Oh, that's the field! I think. That's the field. There you are. Come on. I think I found the tunnel we're looking for. Okie dokie. Let's get going. Don't hurt me, please! Here, this will be the barrier to the Ondo spoke of. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel some rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. It was at least a treacherous path indeed. Now, I believe one of us needs but raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Felix, I elect you do the honors. Okay. Alright. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Come on, guys, let's go. I guess not. This one will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? Alright. Proceed towards the end of the Caliban Gap. Whoa, look at this! Oh. Oh gosh. That is some oh my goodness, that bioluminescence is to die for. Ooh, reminds me of Subnautica. The glowing rays, the bones here. Okay. I want more of this. This looks really cool. Oh, and the kelp along the ceiling and the fossil imprints that are glowing. Ooh. Okay. Right. Let's see where we go next.
By the gods.
Oh!
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view. The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
So it's a mega glamour? It's a mega glamour. Remade like the civilization during its apocalyptic days. Felix, do you note the style of the architecture? 'Tis the same used for the remnants of the cupped in the murals painted towers. Look closely. Emet has not simply layered these ruins. He has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we do not fully understand the feats of which an old world Ascian is capable. That is so very true. This is our last quest we get before we enter. The end of a world. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a close look at the tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Sure? My goodness. It's like London, but underwater. But also Greek. What the heck is this place? It's like a mixture of London, Atlantis, what's it called? Rapture from BioShock Infinite. And it goes down further? Whoa. Oh, that's so pretty. It's so... Alright, I know precisely where I'm gonna be. Alright, I know precisely where I'll be grabbing screenshots of the most. That is impressive. But it's still an illusion. I have to be aware of this. This is still an illusion. But if this was an illusion, oh my goodness, I wonder what the actual place would have been like. Ooh-wee. Investigate the imposing doors. Are there doors here? No, Akora Heights. Hello? Hello? Oh, there's light here. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies feel. Felix Edenfell recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarot. How does it recognize my name? Will you be riding the lift? What, did the building just welcome you? Mayhap is not so passing strange. Did Emmett Soch not invite Felix to visit his abode? Displaying thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift serves every level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of 300 yalms of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With the emphasis on the we. I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. I wish to ride the lift. As you wished. The lift will arrive shortly. Okay. Next step, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, Bureau of the Architect, and the Capital. What? They have a lobby here? Oh my goodness, this is huge. How do you... It's only this distance you can start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What is the voice called city? Amarat? Look, over there. Huh? Is that a person? Ah, no. My mistake. That's a giant. Well, it doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much more to tell us. I say make the first move. Alf, no, you can't just... Hold on. Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Okay, oh, what adorable costumes! Are your children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. Ahem, and what district is this exactly? Ah, you must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polyarate district, wherein the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Hold on, that's an Ascian mask! Or a proto-form of the Ascian mask. Can you tell us where to find Emmett Selch? Ah, I see. You have come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world beholds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now, before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We will be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. And he's gone? Or it's gone? What was that all about? In my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I expect them as such, wove them from ether. Must you constructed the rest of the city? The final days. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Ascian foe, a catastrophe of unrepresented scale which set in motion the summoning of Zodiac, and thence Heidelin herself. But what happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphino. This ethereal Amarot and his residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selch has resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the Saw was sundered. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city uninhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this Convocation at 14 and their pending disaster. To mingling then. Let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. There is no much to say, but I'll say it. Okay. First of all, there is no such thing as a convocation of 14 that I've ever heard of, right? The only pantheon or group that exists in... what's it called? The only pantheon that could ever exist is the 12. Unless... What was it? In the steppes? Was it right? When we were in the steppes of... Sorry, I need to gather my thoughts first. My brain is very out at the moment. Ah, good gracious, child. Where's your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along now. Quickly now. Have you not heard? They are confined to the lands across the sea. A terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. Tis that it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that appears, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. An eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of this phenomenon. It's as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. It's only a matter of time until Amarok 2 resounds the discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. Okay, sorry. Back to my thread. What was it? Zayla Myth, right? Zayla Myth talks about how you have Azim the Wanderer and the Dusk and the Father of the Sun. But we also have Azema, which was the, is it the Father of Wisdom in the 12, which is the Eorzean Pantheon. So, if we are to assume then that the ancients are the founding members of civilization, and thus define much of the current world, then I would then posit that... Okay, assuming then also the 12 in Eorzea is the parallel to the Olympians in the current age-old Greek mythology, and the Greek mythology, but there's a computation of 14. New theory now. Okay, so assuming 14. Okay, assuming the world, the parallels would be convocation of 14, and itself by the Ashian speak by the Amoratine speaking was one of the convocation of 14. Somehow, so 14 existed, sundering happened, 14 got blipped down to 12, and then 12 formed the mystery for the 12 myths, for the 12 gods of Eorzea. Am I reading too into this? I feel like I'm reading too into this. So 2 were lost along the way. If I'm to theorize then that the 14, whatever convocation of 14 this is, influences the 12 of the Eorzean Pantheon as well. An audience with Emmett Zelch. I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. And besides, you'll be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told the glooming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it's that the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which will grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. Tis a huge undertaking, and must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. And what the heck is a concept clerk? Hello? The concept you seek after finish assessing those in the queue. Okay, so according to that pragmatic Amoratine, they are studying, or they are a civilization that's specialized in the study of creation magic then. Okay, dokie. First off, let me go Young the 8th, right? First. Okay. 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 And that aetheroid has the similar... Aha! And to tie it all in, that aetheroid has a similar architectural design as the ones in the Yondo cups. Okay. Want something interesting? Okay, sure. And yes, Coco, it is time for me to pull up the theory board. I do not have an actual theory board with me, but my mind is now honing and focusing. This is a... Right? Don't do drugs. It's too expensive. Do Final Fantasy XIV lore. This is the premium substance that I will consume on a daily basis. For reference, Twitch, do not ban me. I do not condone substance abuse in any way. Get the aetheryte. So this would be... What's it called again? Is this Omrod's aetheryte? I think. Tune to the aetheryte. So this is the Macarensis angle. Okay. But this is the sliver of Omrod. Got it. What do you do here? Live in caretakers. Harness the power of creation. This work. Ah. Okay. A world of formless, and I assume shadowless beings who created creation magic. And Emmett Selch in this timeline, or before our age, was the one who's pioneered the plan to summon Zodiark, the Elder Primal and counterpart to Hydaelyn. So for them... So basically, we're stuck here with a bunch of nerds. In theory. In theory. FF12 actually hints at complication of 14, and the S was meant to oppose them, or the symbols are 14 under 14's mask. Interesting. I haven't played FF12 just yet, so... But I will make note. I will make note of that reference. Yeah. It honestly feels like I'm walking in like 20th century New York. Huh? Okay. I'm like walking like an American street, and I am literally a child. I am like that kid in Home Alone 2. Oh? Hello? Twould seem the hall is host to a most precious, precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, is the subject of your discussion, little one? Ah, their convocation and their handling of the incoming peril. It's only natural that you should have these questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible in decisions which keep the star turning season after season. Be it the Speaker La Habrea or the Emissary Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Lawgriff, Metron, Emmett Selch, their individual titles have as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition become synonymous with their encumbrance. Thus it is with great incredibility that egregious reason ruin as seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, be an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure which our saviors are toiling. In the event, I for one am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. Speaker La Habrea, the Emissary Elidibus. Each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Metron, I don't know. So Lawgriff, Metron, Emmett Selch. Lawgriff was the Astian who was decided with shepherding the first. I do not know who Metron is. Okay. So La Habrea, Elidibus, Emmett Selch, Lawgriff, Metron, and by guessing, I'm assuming as well, Niabrales and, Niabrales, Igiorhim, they also serve their members, and at some point, some of these people were members of the Convocation of 14, which is like the Jedi Council. Ah, Felix, if I were not certain before, then I am now. The people of the city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled myself to recreate this ancient Amarot. And yet, I fancy I hear his words to us echoing through his ocean trench. He would have his story known. I suppose that's an interesting way to describe it, Alphino. But yet, that is not for us to decide. As this is where we shall end things off. Okay. I am getting so much lore right now. My mind is addled. I need to also lie down, but I need to figure out what's going on. But good news aside, we have gone as far as we need to go. We are now ready to embark on the final phase of Shadowbringers. There are 2 more main storyline quests, I believe, from what I'm hearing. Alphino's one, and the final quest that we'll be doing to battle against Emmett Selch. Now, I will admit, I know a little bit what I've been getting into and what is coming, because there is a certain amazing streamer lurking right now in the chat who I got to witness see her finish of Shadowbringers. So I know what I'm kind of getting into, but also not. That being said, I have it fixed as a plan. Sunday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. GMT, and or Sunday 2 p.m. PST to 2 p.m. PST will be when I officially stream Shadowbringers. And worry not, when we face the confrontation at hand, I will be putting together a team beforehand to brave the quest together, you know? Much like with Stormblood, I'm expecting a dungeon and a trial. So, I, for one, am ready for all that all encompasses. But thank you, Matriace, for lurking in. Thank you, Coco, for cheering me on. And thank you as well, Spawnfrog, for lurking in dinner. No idea if you're still there. But that will be all for today. So, mark it on your calendars and be ready. I will form a team soon enough, and I will have... And hopefully, when we enter the final battle, we will be ready to face off against Emmett Selch. So, that will be all for today. I thank you all for watching. And until then, Just an Assassin, signing off for now. Have a good one, everybody, and take care.